Do I press that?
No, that's it, dear. We are live. There we
Live.
go.
A little bit of a panic then, wasn't there?
Yeah, we're like, it just sat down. It was like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was like, oh no, I'm not ready. Where's my coffee? Hello, everybody.
How are we doing, guys?
Hope everyone is well.
Do you know what it is? We haven't done a live for a while.
No, and then we suddenly forget how to use everything, don't we? We're just sat here and the thing wasn't even open. We're just, yes, never mind. We are live now. We hope you're doing very well on this Sunday evening. Fresh off of Britain's Strongest Man, Lazo.
Britain's Strongest Man was amazing last night.
It was really good.
We've been busy, and I think I've just about recovered.
I've not recovered. But honestly, if anyone had any doubts about how exciting or entertaining Brits might be because the lineup changed so much, that wasn't the case at all, was it? I thought it was one of the best Britons we've seen in ages. And that was partly because maybe there were we say there were no sort of runaway performances. Bish won 4 out of the 5 events.
Bish was unbelievable
but
this weekend.
Still somehow managed to be super close between the 4.
You got to remember, Bish is coming back from a torn tricep.
Yeah.
So there was always an event in there that he was going to struggle with.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a good year, maybe even sometimes longer, to get that fully repaired. So his pressing is still a little bit off his best.
Yeah.
But everything else was just unbelievable. Bish looks like he's gone back to focusing on wanting to be a good strongman.
Yeah.
And he's not been, I think sometimes in the past he was competing too much and
then there was the
heavily
505
focused on the 505 deadlift. He looked like a focused machine this weekend. You see him backstage, the man was on a mission, He
was. I didn't talk to him until afterwards because he was just so hyper-focused. And when you look at someone and think, not going to bother them.
Well, I saw you editing some of your clips earlier. And you can see, like, Bish is wanting to get on with things.
My goodness. When they made him wait to go on the power stairs, I'll show you guys, obviously, because it will be on the behind the scenes. But you see him standing there going, come on then.
Let's get on with it.
Because Bish is so well-spoken. And then he just, it's not often you see him sort of agitated and, like, itching to go. But
anyway, how are you guys? Got lots of members online. Got Detective Warbuffett, that is Elizabeth. Yes.
There we go. Let's see. Let's scroll back to the beginning. Alexandra saying, so hyped for Gav. Yes.
Gav was unbelievable.
Gav was so good.
I thought, based on the past with like loading and the car walk, I thought those were the 2 events that might cost him. I know he's a great deadlifter. He's a great presser. Power stairs are going to be good for a man.
You had him out your top 3, didn't you, Lars?
I did, but I'm always so pleased to see Gav do well. He's genuinely one of the nicest people you can meet. And, I'm good friends with his coach, Dale. And Dale said to me, watch out for Gav. He's looking great. And he really was. Yeah. He's peaked for this perfectly. He keeps getting better. And he's so popular. Our daughter loves Gav, doesn't she?
Everyone loves Gav.
She wanted a photo with him.
But to think this was his first Britain's Strongest Man as well, because the 2021 and 2022 competitions, they were only like 3 months apart, weren't they? They were really too quick.
I'll tell you what this shows. Like, anyone that's kind of struggling. I mean, I know, Shane Flowers, for instance, had to pull out after the event. Luke Richardson, obviously getting injured leading up to this. Gav has had a lot of bad luck.
Yeah.
And he's kind of put the work in, come back, and he's absolutely smashed it. So pleased for him. And it just shows the rest of the guys, be patient, keep working hard, and you get your chances.
There you go. I know this will be a quick answer for you, Lazo. Have you ever considered going into bodybuilding?
No.
No
bodybuilding for me. Losing weight was good, and I still want to lose a bit more. But I've just got no interest in bodybuilding. I like my food.
Yeah.
He
likes his food.
I don't care about having ripped glutes.
No.
It's not ripped. I love training. I'm going to do a few things this year. I've got a push-pull powerlifting coming up. I've got a couple of Masters Strongman competitions. Got a couple of arm wrestling matches. Going to go up to Scotland and do the Dinny Stones again.
Yeah.
I love training for things. I love having targets. Still want to try and improve my body composition a little bit, but just bodybuilding is not for me. It's great. I respect the guys that do it. But even if I got, if I could get conditioning spot on, I've then got to crap load of muscle tears, and you know my
Yeah.
body's not symmetrical.
What the hell are you
So,
going to look like under that?
I'm going to get my ass kicked, even if I could get in great condition. So it's just not for me. You know, total respect to the guys that do it, but I just have no interest in bodybuilding whatsoever.
Are there any strongmen, new ones, that have not yet had the limelight shed on them that we should watch out for?
There's lots of really good strongmen, not just in the UK, but worldwide.
OSG sort of top 10 is a good place to look.
Yeah.
That Faddy in Australia shows a lot of potential. That Faddy. His name is Faddy.
Do you know what? I genuinely, the standard of strongman right now is very good. And to all those guys that are trying to get there, go and compete. Go and win competitions. Don't be kind of ringing up promoters saying you've got a great deadlift, you've got a great log. Go and find competitions, go and win, and you will get noticed. That is the best advice I can give any of you. Just get the experience of competition, because that, you know, look at like someone like Ivers. Ivers is a great strongman because he's got so much experience. Rauner's the same. You know, Zadrunas was the same. And almost like serve an apprenticeship. I think some people just think, oh, I'm strong, I deserve to be there. You don't. I coach an athlete that's one of the, I'd say you could put him in any competition in the world, he will do very well on the log lift. Jack, you know, I've been coaching Jack since he was 15. And so many people blow smoke up his ass and say, oh, you should be invited to the log lift world championships. I'm there as a coach saying, no, you shouldn't. You're not good enough yet. Yeah. And that's not because he's not good enough at log. He was good enough to do a 210 kilo log on his day, but he needs to be better all round. And unless you're breaking world records, you can't really go as just a one lift, you know, expert.
No. And it looks like Giants Live is stepping away from that a little bit this year.
Giants Live are going to do qualifiers now for the Britain's Strongest Man. It's going to be good.
More qualifiers, but they were talking about, like, they only touched upon it, qualifiers for Europe's as well. So there's going to be like more access paths into competitions going.
You're talking about the OSG though. They're doing a European OSG competition.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, which is great. Which is great for people that can't get over to America.
Okay, I thought it was a Europe. Yeah,
no, it's not for Europe. It's for OSG.
Okay. Ignore me. I am unreliable. No. And any early predictions of World's Strongest Man 2023, Lasse?
Mitch Hooper.
There you go. Kane Francis. Yes, let's talk about Kane. What a debut. 9 days notice and 5th place.
And how good is he to watch?
He's hilarious.
He's just himself. He gets on with it, you know.
He's straight out of a Guy Ritchie movie, that guy, isn't he?
He is. But I saw Kane for the first time at England's Strongest Man last year, and I was super impressed with him. And he's gone on from there to do a number of Strongman Champions League. He's an athlete that goes to competitions and raises his level. And I love that. And he's you know, he's getting stuck in and competing and fair play to him. He deserves his performance. His 5th place at his first Britain's Strongest Man was unbelievable.
I think we could definitely expect to see more of Kane in the future. What am I
Trey?
This one.
Yeah. Trey.
Paul Smith deserves to be at World's Strongest Man. It's going to be. We were talking about this over breakfast, actually, weren't we? Who do we think out of the Brits
might even do a separate video on it, because I think it deserves some chat. But yes, Paul Smith deserves to be at World's Strongest Man, potentially over some people that will get invited to World's Strongest Man.
Ooh, controversial. That's definitely a video on its own.
Paul Smith this weekend was unbelievable.
Paul was great. I felt really bad for him at the end.
You know, power stairs, he's going to have to go away and figure it out. But, you know, you change that one event. I mean, even you think if you change the power stairs and you got rid of the car walk and put a farmer's walk in there, Paul could have won.
It was close at the end. There was only, I think it was 3.5 points separating the top 4 going into the final event. So it was very, very close. Paul was very unlucky to drop off the podium there. And
Trey, if people don't know who Trey is, Trey just benched 600 pounds for a double this week.
Nice.
Just unbelievable bench.
Oh, have I met Trey?
Yeah.
Hi, Trey. There you go. Brian, damn, it's been a while for me. Love all you guys. I love you too, Brian. Glad you could join us. It's been a little while since we've done it. It feels like ages, doesn't it?
It has, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Mark saying go for Paul Smith. Sorry, what do you want me to click on?
I was just saying scroll down a little bit.
Scroll down a little bit.
Because these are
hey, party people. Ken, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the party of the green names and the little ticks. And now you get all the fun emojis and everything. Right, let's scroll down a bit to try and catch up. Lots of people feeling sorry for Paul Smith. He'll be okay. Don't worry. We'll do our video.
Paul is really improving all the time.
Yeah.
Every time I watch Paul, he does something that you just think, damn, that was impressive. His Viking press was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Andy Black was impressive.
Andy was so much better. Well, I would talk to Andy after this. Again, you'll see this on the behind the scenes, because I said, oh, what did you place? He said 6th. And that's the same place as last year, but he feels like this year he did much better. And I agree. I think he did do better this year.
I agree as well. He just looked
more well-rounded.
And he looked like he was just getting on with it and focused.
Yeah.
Improving on his pressing. His Viking press was very solid.
8 reps on that.
His deadlift was really good. He was solid on the loading. There was no bad performances at all. It was just good to see. And I think, I'm happy for him, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's been a tough year last year for Andy with, his initial year where he kind of came in as newbie.
Yeah.
But he's still on the rise. And, it's good to see him come back and do so well.
Yeah. People talking about Shane Flowers as well. That was unfortunate for Shane, wasn't it? Because he's not been very well, has he?
No, that's always sucks when you've kind of trained hard for competition and then the week before you get ill.
Yeah.
And he's tried to get himself kind of back in shape as quick as he can, but his stomach was just playing up on him on the first event. But he'll get other chances. I saw him backstage. He's like, I think I've blown it. I was like, look, you're still young. You've got so much time ahead of you. Just get focused. Be ready for the next opportunity.
Yeah. Okay. Paul's face after the stairs pulled at the heartstrings. Yeah, he was visibly upset. You got a feel for him. I felt so bad because I was talking to him and Shannon backstage beforehand, and we realized with Shane out, coming last meant at least 2 points on the power stairs. So I was like, oh, mate, absolute worst case scenario. You would drop down to 4th. You can't drop out of the top 4. He was like, yeah, but we really don't want that. And I was like, oh, that's unlikely. And then, oh, God, it happened. And I was like, oh, no. I did offer him my high heels.
He had some high heels on.
It turns out he's a size 12. I'm surprised. So they didn't fit.
He had some real kind of big old heels on there.
Yeah, he had his big boots on.
Yeah.
Bless him.
It's just, like Hicksey's not that tall and he can manage to do them. So I'm sure Paul will figure it out. He's very technical. I mean, his Viking press was superb.
Crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nicola, hello, Nicola. We saw
Nicola.
her this morning in the hotel lobby.
Yeah.
Member perk.
we recognize people now.
Yeah, we do.
Actually, I spoke to a few people that you start to recognize people at some of the meet and greets and stuff.
Yeah.
A couple of people have been to like 18 shows and stuff.
It's
amazing.
I know. It is.
Nearly more than us.
And they do VIP every time as well. So they like heavily invest personally into the sport.
And it's helping the sport grow. So thank you very much.
Yeah. About your one, Ryan Bennett smashed it. Met him at the meet and greet, and he is so nice. He is nice, isn't he, Brian? Bless him.
I had a chat with Ryan before the show, but I try and kind of guide my clients on how to conduct themselves backstage. You don't need to with Ryan. He's just a good guy, isn't he?
He is. He
just understanding how to get on with people and be friendly and polite goes a long way. But there's been so many comments from people just saying what a nice guy he is and how impressive he was as well.
Yeah.
Put in a great performance. I'm really proud of him, like super proud of how he did. I believe Ryan will get to World's Strongest Man. I think another year or two, he'll be ready. He just needs to keep working hard. He's got no glaring weakness. So it's just about bringing everything up. And I think, another year or two, we'll see him at Worlds.
Yeah. Been going to Britain's Strongest Man since 2020, and it's the best I've ever seen live, even without a lot of the top guys. I agree. I think like every year, Giants Live does get better. Like they figure things out. A lot of people very disappointed though, Lozzie. Let's talk about you and Terry not delivering on a live stream. That was all a bit confusing, wasn't it? Because
I got there Friday night, and I was asked if I would mind doing the presenting for Giants for Channel 5. So obviously, I'm going to take that opportunity. It's an amazing, thing to be asked to do. So I was a little bit nervous and wanted to focus on doing one thing well. And then I don't really know what happened with the.
I don't know. I think Terry was going live on Instagram instead, rather than.
He had a super chat down there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying not to ignore these comments beforehand as well. People feeling sorry for Paul. First Giants Live last night. I think anyone who goes, obviously the guys who go regularly would agree, but it really is an incredible.
I thought the intro yesterday was really good.
It was good. Oh,
That
Nev from Giants Live, who's like I don't even know what you'd call Nev, because he just does everything.
He does a lot of things.
All the sort of post-production stuff for them.
He does a great job.
Videography. He does a lot. Yeah, he did the voiceover as well.
The Giants Live team, it's only a small team. It's not as big as probably people think. I mean, they have more people on comp day, but it's the kind of core of the team is quite small. And they're just, they're cool guys.
It's quite interesting, because I was reading a small comment thread on Reddit, and someone was quite angry that they use volunteers. And then someone was trying to argue back, saying, yeah, but those people want to do it. You should know that all big promoters use volunteers. Rogue do as well. The Rogue Invitational, apart from the production team and a couple of other, everyone is there for their love of the sport that they're there to, work on.
It's pretty common in
it's
in a
very
lot of
common.
things.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but it's not just Giants Live. It's everyone.
But it's also a way of getting a job as well. Like, I would never have been asked to do the presenting for Channel 5 if you don't put yourself in these situations.
Well, yeah, to be fair, we're volunteers.
It's like being an intern sometimes.
Yeah.
You're trying to learn and make contacts, and if you want to get involved in a sport like strongman or any sport or any films and stuff like that, you've got to start at the bottom and work your way up. And it's everyone backstage puts a graft in.
Yeah. Nicola, I felt bad for Dave, the referee, having to disallow Graham's Viking. I heard him chatting to Graham at breakfast, and Graham took it on the chin. Yeah, we got that on the behind the scenes as well. A short chat with Dave.
I have to very quickly say, I thought the refereeing was very good this weekend. Magnus and Dave did an amazing job, and I want to say it because I'm very quick to criticize.
Yes,
I think we all are,
and not very quick to praise. Yeah, good refereeing.
It is a tough job being a referee. You never get praise.
You don't.
You only get the issues when you do something wrong.
Pick up the bad
so
stuff.
Magnus and Dave, you guys did
Magnus this morning, so he knows.
I think Monica's on, so she can tell him.
Yeah, Monica, please pass on our congratulations to Magnus on a great showing. Hi, Liz and Loz. Sounds like it was a great comp. Love to see the podium as they're all top guys. Really happy for Bish. Yeah, I was happy for Bish. He was saying he honestly thought at one point last year maybe this was it for him and he wouldn't be able to come back from his injury. But glad to see him do so well.
Yeah. I think here we go, Bronchot.
There we go. Bronchot, thank you for the super chat. Can you talk about JF's North America's Strongest Man, JFS?
I can't because I haven't seen it.
Oh, there you go.
So I apologize. I'll look into it. I definitely will, and may do something in the future.
Sorry,
but as it stands, we've been so busy. We're obviously just back from Australia. Then the focus was Britain's Strongest Man, so I've not even seen this.
No, I can't say I've heard of it either. Sorry,
so
Bronchopped.
We will look into it, Bronchopped, but unfortunately, right at this second, we're clueless.
We're clueless. We're lost.
Look who's here.
Fred, thank you so much, Fred, for the super chat. Hello, everyone. Wow, what a great show. I was very impressed with the new Giants Live athletes.
It was great to see new athletes.
Yeah, and I feel like they made the right picks for their sort of last minute picking of people. It was nice to see them bring in an Irishman, and I think that will hopefully inspire the guys over in Ireland.
I spoke to Killian, and he was kind of like, I think he felt a bit gutted because he had no time to prep at all.
Yeah.
But he came, he got stuck in and showed what he's capable of, and he'll get more chances in the future. Yeah. Getting that experience of your first Giants Live is huge.
Mm.
You go away, you're sort of one of the hardest things that athletes will find at Giants Live is the pace of the show. If you've never done a Giants Live show, you're a strongman that's used to kind of slow-paced competitions. You get to Giants Live, you've got to be fit and ready to be conditioned. So it's so good to just get that experience. I say this a lot, but if you're up and coming, go and compete, get experience in different competitions. Don't just hide in the gym. Some people are almost too scared to lose.
Yeah.
Killian came, I said this to him. I can't remember. I'd have to check the results, but I've probably come everywhere from 10th to 1st at Britain's Strongest Man.
Yeah, probably.
You don't remember the 10ths. You learn from them, and you go on and try and do better next time.
Yeah.
It's the Aussie arm wrestler. We saw him in Australia.
Oh, we did, didn't we? Caught some of Britain's Strongest Man. What a mega show. Hope you both
Hope you're doing well, buddy.
He's the most Australian person in the world.
Not just Australian, but if you just want to be hyped up go and follow this man. He just gets you ready to lift and in the mood. I want him to introduce me at every competition that I go to. I'll be ready to make a comeback.
Funny little story. When we were waiting for Rauno at the airport, the Australian arm wrestler arrived in Melbourne airport off his flight, and we stood there with our signs. Well, you know what some of them said. He was so confused.
Do you know the funniest thing was they were waiting to pick up Rafael Nadal for the Australian Open. And I think the people waiting to pick him up thought we were kind of crazy hench tennis fans. And they looked like they were genuinely scared. There's me stood there with a sign saying, "See you next Tuesday." I actually went and had a word with them, and then they were like so relieved that
it's like, oh no, we're here to pick up a strongman. You're safe, don't worry. Just so you guys know, we do have like a wrap-up video that we filmed about Australia's Strongest. Just haven't had time to edit or post it yet, but it will go up this week. So for anyone interested in hearing more about that experience, that will go up. Is it the top 2? No news.
Top 3 get invited to World's Strongest Man. So Bish, Gav, and Graham Hicks are all guaranteed invites.
But they do always have at least one Brit and one American in every group at Worlds. And sometimes one of
those 3 plus the Stoltmans. That's 5 already.
That's 5 already. Plus Mark Felix. This year will make Mark the oldest competitor ever. There's no way he's not going.
This is the dilemma. Now, I am a massive Mark Felix fan. If you watch the prediction videos, I thought Mark could come top 3 at Britain's.
He did, yeah.
He didn't do as well as I would have hoped, and I'm sure he would have hoped.
Of course.
And then you've got to start looking at, okay, Paul Smith, younger up-and-coming guy. Should Mark be going over Paul?
Yeah. Do you know what? Paul Smith has the record because he's only competed at Worlds once, and it's the record for the shortest notice because he was a reserve and he was given 5 minutes, like, oh, mate, put your burger down or whatever. You're up. And he had to run. Yeah, he was like shaking. So it would be really nice to see Paul given the opportunity.
He deserves it. Like, you look at what he's done over the last 2 years. One UK Strongest Man. Just missed out on the podium at Britain's Strongest Man. He was 5th at the Strongman Classic last year. He's done exceptionally well in a lot of shows. And he's still improving.
Yeah, we'll see. Look, there's going to be lots of videos about Worlds coming up. So gird your loins for that, guys.
Get your questions in, guys.
Yeah, get your opinions in. Gav was so great to watch after his health issues. It was great to see him excelling. Yeah, definitely. We're all very happy for Gav. First time streaming on official Strongman. Was anyone else annoyed that you can't pause or rewind? I miss pause. Yeah, apparently you can't.
You not?
No, it just jumps back to where
Can you not go and watch it again?
They upload it later as a on-demand video. It's up already. I know that, so you can go back and watch. And even when you cancel your membership, I think you still get the full 30-day access. And there's all the previous shows on there as well. So for anyone worried about being tied into a subscription, there's no minimum term. You can sign up and cancel again immediately. I don't know why I've become an official Strongman help desk.
You're not getting paid for this.
No, no. I'm going to have a word.
When are we visiting Canada? Oh, we'd love to. We wanted to come to Canada this year, just
for Mitch Hooper's wedding. But
it's difficult.
It clashes with a big competition. It's like, oh man, it's so hard to arrange our calendars right now. I can't wait until we will definitely go to Canada. Yeah, because I've never been, and that's outrageous. People are going to start a petition for Paul. Well, we know, World's Strongest Man and Giants Live have proved that they are listening because of the changes we've seen over the last year or so. And we know they actively read comments on our channel, on Reddit, and other places where Strongman fans congregate. So yeah, be very vocal with your opinions and we'll see what happens. No, because that's a different Viking press.
It's the same Viking press. It was just set up to be lighter. So it was 130 kilos rather than 150.
Yeah, because this actual piece of kit is quite new, isn't it? So I think the record is held by Evan.
My training partner, Jack, who I mentioned earlier, did the same setup that Lissis did and did 21 reps.
Oh, wow.
So, and I genuinely think Jack could have won the Viking press at Britain's. But he's an amazing presser.
Yeah,
he
like
really is. He needs to get better at other events at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, his pressing is very, very good right now.
Yeah. David saying Australia looked amazing. It was. And I have a new best friend out of our trip. Not like to replace my old one, heaven forbid, no. But an additional.
He might be watching.
Yeah. I'll get some abusive messages. But Rongo is just an absolute gem, isn't he?
Yes.
God
Rongo is amazing.
Keane.
Rongo Keane is
he's just such a pleasant person to be around. Like, what you see is what you get, just positive vibes only. Like, he's just someone who makes you happy. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, day with Rongo.
Yeah.
And he's going to be
he's coming to the UK, and we're going to spend some time with him.
Yes, we are. Yes, I can't wait. Kyle, hi both. Cheers for the content. Are you guys going to be at Gloucester Strongman Champions League shows? I'm competing in the novice show, and I and my wife would love to meet you.
So I've got a number of my athletes competing at the SCL qualifier in June, so I'm hoping to come and watch that. I'm going to be competing myself in the Masters, which is part of this as well, but that's in May. Right. And I'm going to be working on the SCL show, doing the MCing like I was last year. So very, very good chance that we get to see you, and more than happy to meet you and your wife.
There you go. Well done, Lozzie. Well done, Loz, for getting the Giants, the Channel 5 gig.
Thank you, Em. It's exciting. I mean, hopefully I did a good job. I hope so. And I was nervous. It was kind of thrown on me last minute.
Look who's in the comments.
Normally I would have kind of had more time to prep for something like that. So I would have tried and, I would have sorted out my grayness and stuff like that. But I was like, I'm just going to chill this weekend. I was nervous. Yeah.
I was freaking out. I was like,
she was freaking me out.
He's like, what's wrong with my beard? Stop making me nervous, woman.
But I really enjoyed it and got some good feedback. So
yeah, you did.
Try and practice and get better. But let me know how you guys think I did when you see it.
Gary asking, when's the next Giants Live at Glasgow? Off the top of my head, I can't remember the date, but if you go on the Giants Live website, all of the upcoming shows, dates, links to tickets are all there. So, and tickets are still available for every show. The Glasgow one was one of my favorites, actually. The stadium stadium arena is really nice. Generous seats for strongman fans, people that train strongman compared to some of them. So very nice. Was there a bigger reason why Terry didn't compete other than those Colin mentioned yesterday? Terry put a video out about it, didn't he? On his Instagram.
Terry's put a video on his Instagram. He's been struggling.
Yeah, just finding it hard.
And I spoke to him backstage. I said, "Are you going to do another comp?" And he said he doesn't. As you get older, things hurt.
Yeah.
And he just, he was in so much pain trying to train for it. And I sort of sympathize with that.
Yeah.
So if you're hurting that much, it's not worth putting your body through.
No. The only contact a person needs in strongman is Liz.
It's probably true.
No.
You do know a lot of stuff.
Wow. I didn't know about the JFS North America
No, that's
thing.
true. You're kind of slacking.
What have we got? Antonio, thank you so much for the super chat. Who impressed the most for you guys? The rising star out of the newer guys?
For me, it was Kane and Ryan. Oh, I thought both of them were. Honestly, I thought they were both great.
Yeah,
they really were, and I think they're going to have some good battles over the next few years. But yeah, definitely those guys were unbelievable.
My favorite comment about Kane, and he's had a throat infection or something. So Kane, if you watch his apologies, but someone said it sounds like he eats cigarettes. It's funny to finally have a strongman who actually sounds the way he looks. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of gravelly voice, because most of them are surprisingly softly spoken when they actually open their mouths. And you're like, oh, it could be a bit jarring. Well, Ryan's one of them, actually. He's very softly spoken. Maggie had a talking to from Alexa.
Yeah, she was assistant referee, wasn't she?
Anyone got more info on Giants Live saying that the Britain's Strongest Man podium got an invite? So it is an invitation to this year, which is usually the case. It's just that there's usually a longer gap between Britain's and World's.
Britain's Strongest Man this year and Europe's Strongest Man this year, I believe.
Both.
I believe so.
Really?
Yeah.
The Europe's one is surprising because it's so close. Yeah. So
and then
close.
obviously all the shows after will be for next year.
Oh, there we go. Bron Chopped is back. Apparently, it's a new competition put on by JF, supposedly happening in July. Info to come out this week. Oh, there you
I'm
go,
sure JF will contact me, to be honest, because he normally does with his comps. So we may have a chat with JF and help promote it a little bit. I've not spoken to him in a while, so apologies for not having any information on that right now.
There we go. We're so pleased for Mark Felix's single rep in the Viking press. He worked so hard for that rep, bless him. Do you think the Giants live shows are too fast for the athletes?
No, I think if we want to keep Strongman being entertaining, it needs to be fast paced. We can't just sit around for 10 hours watching a show, and athletes need to be well conditioned. It's, we're trying to, it's a sport. I guess the name is a little bit misleading, because obviously it's World's Strongest Man or Strongman. But yeah, you need to have strength as well as fitness and conditioning. And I think it needs to be entertaining. If it's not entertaining, no one's watching. And then we're back to doing shows in car parks. So the entertainment needs to be important. The events need to be important as well. But yeah, I think the pace is okay.
Yeah, it makes it more mainstream friendly, doesn't it? Having it fast paced. Heidi, thank you so much for the super chat.
Hey, Heidi, thank you.
Really enjoyed all the new faces at the show. Liz, loved the lighter hair. Thanks, Heidi. I've very, very, very gradually gone back from dark to blonde.
I'm glad it suits you.
Now. I'm a blonde person.
You
I can't fight it.
Definitely a blonde.
All right, let's not get offensive. There's lots of blondes on this stream.
I love you as a blonde.
Yeah, you didn't love me. No, I'm joking. I do. I just like winding them up.
I loved you.
I loved. Past tense.
I just liked you less.
Oh dear, we do have fun. What is this? Warren Bed. Hi guys, thanks as always for brightening up our Sunday. Marta wants to know if Alexa enjoyed the show.
She really did.
She did, thank you. She really loved like the intro with the voiceover and the drama and the walkouts.
She was well into it, wasn't she?
Well, she got a bit bored, to be fair. I said to her, "Did you have a great day?" She said, "Yeah, it was just like school." But she loves school, so it's okay.
She had a good time, genuinely.
Yeah. Everyone looks slow on the car walk compared to Mitch.
Well, Mitch has never done the car walk, so you can't say that.
Didn't he do it at Worlds? Or was that
nope.
Oh, he's never done a
Mitch
car
has
walk.
never done the car walk.
Oh.
So that's,
something for future.
Yeah.
There you go, lost.
But I kind of thought they were slow.
Yeah. What was the fastest time?
17, I think, or something like that.
What was your fastest time? 11 seconds? 11.
Matej
got it down to 10, didn't he?
I do want to see Mitch on the car walk.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah. Mitch would be great.
Yeah.
The airport scene was hilarious, and it was 1 a.m. Yeah, it was 1 a.m. So you were probably dazed and confused anyway. Even more confused seeing us stood waiting. Wouldn't want the sausage in my group at World's Strongest Man. Can't wait.
He's going to be, I don't think people are going to want to have Gavin in their group.
Yeah.
His improvement has been very, very good.
Yeah. And to think he won't be one of the favorite guys in the group, he'll be an annoying person in the group, because you'll still have the very best. And then, it's going to be a tough competition this year. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Lost that face. Alexa is a star. When she's chatting, she's like Liz, and when she's still, she looks like Loz. She's so funny. Like,
she's so funny. Point
a camera at that girl, and she turns into a YouTuber. She's like, I need to stay hydrated on the rooftops. Oh no, what's happening here?
She comes out with some funny stuff.
She does. She makes us laugh all the time.
Just in the car back today, she was coming out with some hilarious stuff.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Doesn't matter who is there. World's Strongest Man Gold is coming back to Canada. Moose. It would be Canada's first.
It would be their first ever champion. He's looking good. Our focus is to be at his best for Worlds. We're obviously focused on the Arnolds, but the goal is World's Strongest Man over the Arnolds for Mitch.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's a bad event in there for him. So he's going to go in with a good chance. There's so many good guys. So you never take anything as a guarantee, but he will be a threat for sure.
Go to Mitch's wedding, live stream it. I will cover Cardiff for you. I'll give you my camera. You can just and my pass. Rongo is amazing. Rongo or Ringo? Ringo is Rongo's alter ego, for those who aren't sure. And he's like, hello to peoples. I can't do it, obviously. He is funny.
Yeah. We were, he does these kind of like pranks on people, and we were just dying with embarrassment.
Oh yeah. I get terrible secondhand embarrassment, and he's over there left behind some guy who's fallen asleep in a shopping centre, and he's like, hello.
And he's a big dude.
Yeah, imagine waking up to that Rongo draped behind you like that.
I was like, are you ever worried someone's going to turn around and whack you?
Clearly not.
Yeah.
But he said he never pranks a woman,
because
he appreciates that could be too intimidating. But I don't know, man. You just look at his face and you know he's not a menace. Right, come to Canada, have bacon with maple syrup and half
that
dozen
sounds
eggs.
good.
There we go. Right, let's catch up a little
it's a
bit.
weird thing, bacon and maple syrup, but it seems to work apparently.
Yeah. Oh, people are asking about Rongo's visa issues. I mean, he's been working so hard on fixing that.
He's trying to get it sorted for this year's World, so fingers crossed he does and he gets to go.
Oh, it'd be so good. He's
regardless, he's coming to the UK for Giants Life and SCL.
Yes, he is. So he's got two. And obviously he won the Magnus Magnuson Classic, which in those conditions is such a tough competition, isn't it? Nasty competition.
And he did this is snatch grip deadlift with me last week.
He did, which was also quite nasty, according to everyone straight afterwards. What happened to Loz and Terry's commentary?
I got asked to do presenting.
And he ditched it. We don't know what happened with Terry. I didn't even see Terry for the whole competition once it started. No.
They did a little bit of the kind of desk thing that me and Radzi did at the team comp.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's something that we need to kind of discuss with Colin and see what they're going to do with that kind of commentary side of things. Because I think it needs it.
Yeah.
For the live stream. I think it would be good.
Callum, the show was awesome. Thank you both for the picture, and Loz for signing my t-shirt. Sorry I wasn't very chatty, bit annoyed with myself, just so shy.
No worries at all. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you guys. Since getting back from Australia, I've really suffered of jet lag. I was absolutely fine going to Australia, but coming back, I think it was the flight. The flight back was terrible. But I've really suffered. I've been getting up at like 3 a.m, and it's starting to get better. It was like 3, then 3:30 and 4. And I think the day of the competition, I got up about 5. And by the evening and the meet and greet, I was shattered. I was trying my best to sort of talk to people, but at times I'm almost forgetting how to write my name.
Yeah, that's bad,
it was embarrassing. But I was just really tired. So hopefully, if anyone thought I was being rude or ignoring them, I do apologize.
I'm sure you and your rudest is still quite polite, so you're okay. Bron Chop, thank you for the super chat. Those World's Strongest Man events are exciting.
Mateusz coming back is the big exciting thing. I mean, obviously coming back at the Arnolds, that's going to be exciting. And if he comes back in shape and gets through the Arnolds injury-free, then it is on.
Yeah.
Then we've got, we've got things to talk about.
Yeah. Mateusz, he will not come to a competition if he doesn't think he can win it. He is someone who is forever disappointed with second place. He doesn't want to be second. That's not an achievement to him. So if he comes, it's on, he's feeling good. And just please, please, gods of strength, keep him safe for us.
Yeah.
Why does Hicks keep underperforming from Pad of the Hut? So I don't know. Did you think he maybe puts a bit of pressure on himself?
Well, look, I'll be totally honest. I am very good friends with Hicksy, and I picked him to win.
Yeah.
And I think underperforming is the wrong word, because Hicksy didn't perform at his best. He made mistakes, and yet he still is one of the best.
Yeah.
He was second on the deadlift.
Second to Bish on the deadlift.
The Viking press, he should have won. There's no question about that. I know we can talk about the disallowed reps, but when you're someone as strong as Hicksy, I think sometimes he relies too much on his strength. You look at the contrast in terms of technique with Paul Hitt. Paul Smith is not as strong as Hicksy when it comes to shoulder and tricep power, even leg power. When it comes to power, Hicksy is he's the strongest guy in Britain.
Yeah.
But he's stronger than Tom, Luke, all of them, when you combine all that kind of gym strength. But sometimes I feel he kind of relies too much on that and doesn't focus enough on technique,
on being a good strongman.
No,
And the
he's a
one.
great strongman, but sometimes he burns out quicker because he's trying to just use those triceps and shoulders. He kind of leans back. He's a little bit more tight. He's not as mobile as maybe like a Paul Smith. And I think maybe just a little bit of pressure. But he didn't do badly on anything.
No, he didn't.
He was a little bit off on a few events, and he could have so easily, I think Bish was amazing on the deadlift, so I don't think anyone was going to beat him that day.
No, he was so fast.
He was so good.
Yeah.
And I said to Hicksy this morning, actually, I was kind of worried because he went out and did the deadlift without straps at all. And I was like, my plan would have been to try and do them all without straps.
Yeah.
But I would have taken some straps in case I couldn't have, if your grip goes on that last rep, then you might have been in a point where you just can't lift it. At least if you take the straps with you and you fail with the grip, you can then adjust and put the straps on. But luckily he did it. The car walk, he was just off a little bit. But you've got to remember, he's coming back from groin issues.
Yeah.
So he's not as quick as he was a couple of years ago. And it's just a fraction. And if he gets it right, he's going to be a problem for so many people. But just a little bit off, I think. But when you look at the actual result, there was nothing bad.
No.
It's just little things that he's got to turn around and get it right on the day. And he's more than capable of it. It's just making yourself do it sometimes. I think he needs to just keep competing, get that experience again, because sometimes he puts off competitions.
Yeah. He doesn't compete that often, does he?
But, I spoke to him and he said he's doing Europes and he's going to do Worlds as well. So I think that's great. And if he gets it right, he's a beast. I think Bish was just on it.
There you go. Jamie, who wins the Arnold's, Liz? Now, sometimes Loz also corrects to Liz, but I'm going to assume it didn't, and you want to know my opinion. I think, and it's really hard, I need to analyze it all, overthink it, but it's going to be either Mateusz Kiliszkowski, Tom Stoltman, or Mitch Hooper, I think.
I would agree with that.
Thank you so much. There you go. Oh, here we go. Armour, Randy, thank you so much for the
Randy.
super chat. I'm late to the party. Liz, thank you for all your work to keep us informed and entertained. You and Loz are the... Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you for the super chat, buddy.
Yes, glad you enjoy it. Timely reminder to show your support and hit those likes. It helps us out a lot without having to super chat or do anything else. If you could just hit the like, that would be great.
Comment.
Thank you.
That is awesome. Super chat, become members. That's amazing. Thank you very much to all of you.
Right, where are we? The arena shows have to be about 3 hours. Yeah, we can't be sat in an arena all day.
No.
Get a numb bum.
Got a lot of big dudes in those arenas as well. There's a lot of strongmen.
Yeah, there is.
Themselves, up and coming strongman and past strongman, and we get sore bottoms.
Fred, thank you so much for the super chat. Loved watching Malusi.
Yeah, Zaki's cool.
Yeah, he's good on the mic, isn't he?
He struggled with the pace of the show. I was chatting to him this morning and backstage yesterday, and he said he loved it, but he just wasn't used to that speed and that pace. So good experience for him again. He knows what to expect if he gets an opportunity in the future. Yeah,
something to get prepared for. I don't know where worse than what. I can't read that one, so I won't read it out loud.
Which one?
That one. I couldn't really understand it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, apparently Mitch did do the car walk at Worlds. I thought in the group
That's a different
stages.
car, though, than the...
Oh, it's a different car, Bronchop. Come on now, man.
Yeah.
It is. No, I know, but you said he'd never done a car walk.
He's not done that car walk.
Oh, he hasn't done this car walk. The words car walk doesn't count. Oh, look, everyone's saying it now. Too many shows all blur. Yeah, get us out of it, Monica. Yeah.
Honestly, like joking aside, with the amount of shows I go to, they all do blur in.
They do blur into
and I forget events because, you see people do things so many times. And then certain event like Mitch's yoke at the Arnold UK's was very memorable.
Yeah.
There's other ones that just go over my head.
Yeah.
What have you missed?
Someone was saying that we'd missed super chats, but I'm scrolling up and I don't think we
Maybe we haven't got to them.
Did we? Yeah, maybe not. Did we do that one? Who impressed you the most out of the Rising New guys? Yeah, we did. Yeah, no, we're all caught up. People scaring me. Bear with me. It's got to get back down now. Oh, yeah. Look. Jane super chat to tell you that Mitch did the car walk at Worlds.
Thank you very much. I'll probably get a message off Mitch actually telling me
that
he did the car walk.
I did do a car walk. I won the car walk.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy. It's nice.
Oh, no, that's about something else. Pause.
I'll leave it up to you to tell him as well then.
No,
That's fine.
there you go. We've got voice notes from Mitch, but not about this. Could Jeff Capes compete today?
Well, not
Christ,
today
no.
because he's a bit old, but it's very difficult to compare different generations. Jeff was amazing in his day. It's a fun debate, but yeah, I would say yes because Jeff was an amazing athlete and you adapt. But obviously, yeah, if he got off the sofa today, no.
No, bless him. Anthony, thank you so much for the super chat. Congrats to Bish. Really happy to see him come back from injury with a big performance. Really impressed by his biking press. I think pre-injury, he would have only been good for an extra couple of reps. He did the same setup at World Tour Finals.
He got more than
World Open in Manchester 2021. I can't remember.
He did all right on it.
I think he did do well. I can't remember how many reps he got though. You'll have to look it up. But yeah, like it's a good overhead for Bish. Like overhead isn't his strongest event, but Viking press he's really solid at usually. So it was good to see that obviously the tricep held it together. It was probably a little bit of a nervy event for him. Loz is just looking up.
You ask another question. I'll
okay.
Check.
Loz and Liz, please answer this. Who is more like Titus Lallis, Graham Hicks or Paul Smith?
Hicksy.
Definitely Hicksy. Yeah. Similar strengths.
Yeah.
A more similar build.
Adam did 11 reps on the Viking press at Manchester.
Oh, did he? And then 8 reps, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a surprise considering tore his tricep less than how many? It wasn't that long ago. 8 months ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. So
I think he'd give him another 6 months. He'll be back up to where he needs to be.
How old is Gav? I think he's about 34. Is he? I don't know.
Something
actually.
like
I'm
that.
totally making it up.
Yeah, 34 bronze.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well done. Thank you, bronze chopped.
Mitch was slow, only 11.64.
Oh, 11.64. That's no good.
One of my favorite, like when me and Mitch are joking about with each other, like one of my coaching methods for Mitch is I did it in this time or I lifted this much.
He'll go and beat it.
Naturally, he'll go and beat it.
Yeah. That's a great coaching strategy.
When we're struggling to kind of figure things out, I just tell him I make stuff up sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say you should just lie. So even Liz can do that.
And then he'll do it out of spite.
What happened to the arm over arm event with Mitch? The implement failed. Are they talking about Australia?
I don't know. In Australia, he won the arm over arm.
Yeah, so it couldn't be that. I don't know.
I'm sorry, Coach Bob. Maybe if you can elaborate. If we were messing around with the thing the day before.
Yeah,
and they then adjusted it because it was ridiculous. Me and Mitch couldn't finish it together.
Yeah.
That was a little bit difficult. Yeah. But they got the weight right for the actual competition, and Mitch won it.
Yeah. Bish said he's dropping some body weight. Assume he's decided to leave the 505 at least for now. Yeah,
do you know what? He came in big, but not stupidly big, but fit. He was conditioned and fit. He just looked perfect. Weird thing to say about Bish, but Bish, you look perfect.
Perfect, mate.
And,
says Lots.
Yeah, he just looked well-rounded as an athlete. There was no weakness. I mean, all right, the pressing, but that's coming back from a tricep injury. Then he dominated the rest of the events. 4 wins out of 5 events.
Yeah. And he said he's going to do Europe's and Worlds.
And I mean, I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, Tom Stoltman would have won," but on certain events, I don't think Tom would have beaten Bish. I'm not saying Tom wouldn't have won, but that deadlift was just perfect. I don't think he could have beaten him on that.
No.
I think pressing, he would have beaten him. The loading, Tom's very quick out, but Bish was quick as well. Bish's power stairs were excellent. So, it was he put in a fantastic performance.
This is the real official strongman.
Yeah.
Is it? Hey, I don't know. If it is, hey. If not, you shouldn't be impersonating.
Is there
Great
an
show
impersonating?
last night.
Yeah, it was a great show.
Yeah,
it was really good. Yeah. I did mean Liz, no autocorrect. There you go. Thank you, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
I thought you did.
There you go. Drop the moose droppings down below for the moose coat. Love your videos in Australia. Thank you, Luke. Those are like
they're just fun.
Love
they're
Strongman,
just fun.
but I love filming just the random stuff that
we do with Strongmen.
Yeah, because it's always funnier with Strongmen in tow.
We kind of end up being like children again, don't we?
Yeah. The room claim, honestly, at the end, the timing was so perfect around because we gave Andrea like a nice room and we were selling it to them like, look how nicely these are furnished, as has an ensuite. And Andrew was like, well, I'm not going to be single by the end of this weekend, just as Brown was like locking his door. And I laughed so much I had like a coughing fit. It was just, the whole thing was so funny. They had me running around. Brown was like, shut the door, don't let them in until I've chosen my room. Like, we're all children, aren't we, when we're away together? It's ridiculous.
It was fun though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Elite Code, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for all you do for the sport. Loz, what Master Strongman comps are you looking at?
Thank you so much for the super chat and the comment. I am doing the British Masters in May in Gloucester Keys. I'll post up a video about it and links of where people can get tickets. I think it's the 28th of May in Gloucester. And then hopefully the Masters official Strongman Games over 40s in America at the end of the year. They're the two Masters comps that I'm looking at.
There you go. Question from Mitch Labner. How different was your experience doing TV presenting from live stream commentary, Lazo?
I felt more pressure doing the TV stuff because you've got to do like links.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to fuck up. So I made sure I didn't say that word.
Yeah.
You know, whereas when it's just on the kind of live streams and, you know, when it's just our channel and stuff like that, you can just say what you want. You know, I'm not restricted on what I can do, but I wanted to, I felt quite a lot of pressure on myself being given the opportunity. I wanted to do a good job. And, you know,
you just sort of thrust into it. Weren't you?
But I like to, anything I do, I want to be good at it.
Yeah.
So I'm quite critical of myself, and I'll always think I can do better, or I'll do it again. And you know, you're quite critical of me as well.
No,
so that puts a lot of pressure on me.
No, not at all. I give him feedback that I think he would, in hindsight, like to hear.
Yeah, and I just,
we're just honest with each other, aren't we, Dustin?
Yeah, I love Strongman so much, and I want it to get better, and I want people to enjoy the product. Yeah. So I want to just make sure when I do it, I do a good job. And
I think, you know, we should acknowledge that presenting and being like, you know, an analyst, they're quite different roles.
Being an analyst is so much easier for me because I'm just talking about what I see, and you just react to it, and it's much easier. Whereas when you're trying to deliver lines and timings and stuff like that, it's understanding that you're coming back from a link.
Yeah,
you know, there's kind of little things that go on where you're imagining you're talking to someone, but you're not actually talking to them.
Yeah,
just little things like that. But I really enjoyed it. The team that I was working with were amazing.
There's such a nice group.
James Rowat, who does the Channel 5 production, is just such a nice guy and so supportive. So
it was so funny watching you sort of moving around with them. Well, come on, guys, let's do
especially I'm like 128, 130 kilos right now. A lot leaner than I used to be, so I'm not small by any means.
No.
And when you put me next to normal people,
it's like you and your mates. It was quite funny.
But yeah, tell World's Strongest Man I did a really good job, Mitch.
Yeah. Well, you'll hear yourself from Colin soon enough.
And I'm slightly cheaper than some other people.
Slightly. We're volunteers. Just to say, it's nice to be back joining one of your lives. What a great bunch of people regularly join these chats. So heartwarming. Thank you, Emma. We agree. We have such a nice Strongman community here.
Members, our subscribers, you guys are all amazing.
Any idea what vehicle they plan to pull at Worlds? Trying to think of something very Myrtle Beach vehicle-wise. All I can think of is a double bicycle, but that seems anticlimactic. That would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
You could have it loaded with people, couldn't you? Like a clown car, but a clown bike.
I just have like the longest bike in the world.
Or stacked, you know, sitting on each other's shoulders. They've also got to keep it balanced. Whoa. But Titus has shoulders as big as wide Pavlo, still huge. Yeah. But Titus, he was like...
He was Mr. Strong, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was triangular. But he had big legs as well. He was a rectangle.
He was a very strong dude. He really was.
Yeah. Our Giant Side doing deadlift championship this year, so it's not mentioned on their events. Yes, it's going to be at the Cardiff show again. And Jamal Browner is guest lifting in this one. So those of you who don't know, he's a powerlifting
but more importantly, Rauno Hainler is lifting.
Of course, more importantly.
Never mind Jamal.
No, but Jamal is an exciting guy to get over. He's a 110 lifter. I mean, he's not going to be allowed to lift sumo. He's done some incredible numbers sumo, but we'll see what he can do.
I actually spoke to him recently. He's looking forward to come in and he's training hard for it.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see. Lars, can you coach me? Just finish my first strongman comp.
I can indeed, buddy. Get over to my website, get signed up, and we'll get you ready for it.
There you go. No, they finished it. They want some coaching for the off season.
Just finished it. Yeah, sorry. Well, we'll get you ready for the next one.
Andy Black looks heavier than Gav now.
I think he probably is, but
they're both big dudes.
They're big boys.
Never mind, he dropped it on a watermelon on purpose. Yeah, he did, didn't he? That arm of Ram. That was after it was done, to be fair.
Yeah.
It is the real official.
The videographer. He's too scared to announce his name before he gets abused.
No, he's taken the piss out of me because a couple of years ago I put Joe. Official strongman videographer, but he basically runs official strongman, and I think I insulted him
just slightly. Liz insults everyone, so I wouldn't worry.
Yeah, no one is exempt.
Me more than most.
And the more I insult you, it means the more I like you. Yeah, I feel comfortable with you. And also, Joe, to be fair, he puts me on blast all the time when he's got a camera. He's like, "Oh, we're live streaming, by the way. Answer me this. Answer me this." So,
then he gets abuse in the comments as well.
Yeah, this would be more fun if Liz was doing it.
Rauno's meat phobia is hilarious. Yes.
Yeah, there's a couple of them like that. Paro Dwyer also doesn't like meat that looks like meat. We were sat opposite him.
What's wrong with these?
At the Brazilian.
They're supposed to be big butch men. And
I know. Yeah, no. It's funny. He's just got he only eats like beige food. You know? I don't know. What was wrong with these people?
World's Strongest Man's next to Ripley's, believe it or not.
Oh, is it really? Cool. Yeah. That is cool. There you go. So anyone who's disappointed about the lack of events on a Tuesday,
get over there.
Get over to Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum.
I love all that stuff.
Yeah,
I like weird stuff and like just all that kind of oddities. It's just cool.
That clip of Rauno tense.
Probably why I like Strongman.
Just being solid abs was terrifying. Yeah, we were all talking about Rauno being like huge in the sort of strangest of ways because
Rauno's a tank.
Yeah, he's a tank.
I said he's got his arms are solid, like his shoulders, his legs.
Dude,
yeah, he's looking strong. Needs to pull a big deadlift this year.
Yeah,
not that he hasn't already. But...
Well, yeah, there we go. Fred will be at OSG with his team Laurence shirt on. Do you know what? There's a lot of people planning to come over to OSG.
Thank you, Fred.
All the way to Florida to see you. Oh, Jane has booked tickets to see you in Gloucester. So is Nicola.
I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. It's good. Just understand I'm doing this for fun. I'm not trying to be a pro anymore. I just like training. I like having things to focus on. But I managed one event session so far this year because I keep going to places. But that's what I'm saying. Like my work is my priority now, whereas my training is secondary. I still love training and I train when I can. But coaching, doing these events, that all comes first. And I've managed one training session and it went all right. I trained with some pretty good guys and, you know, I okay. I won't say too much, but I can still do pretty well at some of these things. My gym strength is well down, but I'm still pretty good at events. So that was good.
Yeah. Lars, slightly cheaper TV whore confirmed. Lars would be a massive upgrade over Edith. It's supposed to be Eddie.
Edith.
Edith. More importantly, Wide Pavlo is looking to pull something big.
White Pavlo. Yeah.
Oh, he'll be one to watch at the deadlift. If he decides to
Looking
just
forward to seeing
focus
him
on
at the Arnold's
deadlift.
actually as well.
Yes, yeah. I can't see him winning the Arnold's. I think he needs more experience still, because again, this is going to be a brand new show for him. A new format as well, isn't it, at the Arnold's? But yeah, he's someone, he looks like he's built for the Arnold's. And obviously his first year at Worlds too. It's going to be exciting.
The other day he did a 200 kilo log as well.
Yeah, he's looking very strong. He always looks strong, doesn't he? The guy's a freak. Sorry for all the questions. Why does Mitchell Hooper have the porn star stash back? Please tell him to get rid of it. We need the
Apparently his fiance likes it.
She missed it.
So it's not for us to say.
Yeah. I guess when I saw him this time though, it didn't look as weird as it did the first time round. Maybe
You're just used to it.
Yeah, but you know, like when young boys get their first moustache, it's all weird,
and
then they keep
come through a bit more full
and
now.
It comes through properly.
Mitch, your tash has come through like a man
It's a
now.
man
It was a boy tash before.
There we go.
We were just saying the other day, weren't we, that like we couldn't be doing with just being nice to each other all the time.
No,
we kind of like a bit of back and forth banter.
Yeah, if Loz was sweet to me all the time, I'd find it sickening. Treat me mean, keep me keen. Right, Lozzie, be serious now. Is there any strongman world record that Loz would now consider unbreakable?
Everything is breakable. Every record is breakable. These guys get bigger and better all the time. The guys that set the records in the past, they were amazing. They did brilliant. Got to say that just to try and keep myself in a good position. But records are there to be broken. And, you know, every single record is beatable without question. Technological advances in everything from supplementation to nutrition to training to the actual equipment that's used. You can't even compare a deadlift now to when Kaz was deadlifting. So the weights will always go up. The times will always get better, but you can never take away what the people in the past did originally.
You know, one record that stood up quite well for quite a while, your Farmer's Walk one, the Guinness World Record one. And a few really good guys have tried really hard to break that and not been able to. Yeah, there you go.
So Dronis tried to break it. Lissis has tried to break it. A couple of others.
Yeah, there we go.
Good job. A couple of people like Kiliashkovsky haven't tried.
Yeah, shouldn't try. You should concentrate on full competition.
Just let me have it.
Just let him have something. Liz, we need more supermarket videos. Yes.
We should set up a different channel just for supermarket visits and travel vlogs.
No.
You love your travel vlogs.
I love my travel vlogs. And if it was on a brand new channel, probably no one would see them. Yeah.
I think Liz's ideal channel would be flying first class all over the world.
And then just reviewing my seat.
Because we had a terrible not even premium, we just had economy, didn't we? 14 hours from Hong Kong to Heathrow. And it was awful.
It was an absolutely packed. Do you know what the really frustrating thing was? We thought to ourselves, do you know what? Let's upgrade this flight. And then it turns out the flight was full and there were no upgrade options. And like we sort of built ourselves up to it and then had the disappointment. Oh my God, it was worse than we could have envisioned. We got to
this is why you guys have to become members and super chat just to stop things like this.
Upgrade my seat. There was this man who sat there hacking up his phlegm. You know that I won't make the noise because it's disgusting.
I was ready to smash his head into the window.
He was spitting it into a bag, like
tissue, wasn't it?
I don't know what it was. I wasn't looking. I was just.
He pulled my headphones out of the damn thing by accident a few times.
Oh, I kept leaning into my lap. I was ready to kill him. It was horrible.
We had a 17-hour flight from Heathrow to Dallas that was much nicer than the 14-hour. It was.
Oh no, we had a 17-hour flight from Houston.
Houston to Sydney. Yeah. That was much nicer than the 14-hour from Hong Kong to Heathrow.
Yeah, that was just awful, disgusting.
Anyway, we're very lucky to do what we do and travel the world.
We love traveling.
Sometimes when you're a very big man and
you don't need to be a big man
flight,
to
I mean, I'm sure lots of you have been uncomfortable on long flights before.
There you go.
But it's even worse when someone's like that.
It was disgusting. But back to the supermarket thing. Let me know, guys, if you would like to see a British supermarket video, because I only actually do them when we're away.
We did one food shop video, didn't we?
We did, and we got
ago.
kicked out of Tesco. I didn't mention the fact that I worked for them at the time.
I was furious. I was like, you should say something. Liz was the auditor for the area, so she could have used her power. She's like, no,
that would have been unethical.
I'm just going to remember her when I have to audit her stuff.
Oh yeah, I've quit now.
You've quit now. You work for us full time.
And you know what? They did suffer, but because they were crap. So, yeah. So not because I fudged anything, because they were doing a bad job and I just wasn't nice about it. Anyway. Can you confirm the dates for OSG? I would love to.
No, we don't know them yet.
No, as soon as we know.
Once we know, we will let you know, Nicola.
We want to book our flights as soon as possible, so we're putting the pressure on. I've already been. Do you know the dates yet? Oh, right, no, not yet, but hopefully not long until we know. Coach Bob, thank you so much for the super chat. Thoughts on Tom Stoltman's road to 505? I think he said 2024. It's so early. It's so early.
Road to something that's happening so far down the line. Like, this is, like, I love Tom, and I think he's one of the best strongmen on the planet. I think he could win the Arnolds this year. I think he could win Worlds this year. He ain't deadlifting 505 this year. You know,
well, he said about doing it for 2024, and that's such a long time away. But then that to me
is like having a 2-year-long kind of
goal
road thing. It's just content, and that's, you know, I understand it. You're trying to put content out there, but I don't buy into it. It's all, you know, Tom Stoltman, focus on the Arnold, focus on World's Strongest Man. That is where we want to see you do well.
2 years is a long time in strongman as well. A lot can change between now and then, can't it?
I don't think he should focus on it, because you look at like Bish, when he focused on the 505, his whole game kind of suffered. And I think Tom needs to focus on winning things like the Arnolds and defending his World's Strongest Man title. If he won 3 in a row, there's only 2 men that have ever done that. It puts him in an elite group.
Joe, they're saying it will be early December. So yeah, I had heard provisionally that it would be like the 1st to the 3rd of December, I think it was. But it's not been confirmed. So, I mean, we haven't bought our flights or anything yet. So
yeah,
we're taking the whole gang,
once we know
aren't we?
Official dates,
yes,
from Official Strongman,
yes,
then we will book our flights and let you guys know the dates.
There you go. Now that Loz is knowledgeable enough about arm wrestling, can you explain what went wrong with Magnus v Mega Man that caused his broken arm?
So basically,
oh, sorry, that probably sounded terrible.
Magnus Samuelsson focused on kind of a lot of back pressure and holding Mega Man. So all Magnus was doing was kind of holding him in a solid position. And Mega Man wasn't an arm wrestler, just a very strong man. So he was trying to use a lot of side pressure without really understanding how to keep his form and technique. He basically ended up breaking his own arm by kind of, he was pushing sideways too much. In arm wrestling, you've got to try and focus on pulling more.
Yeah.
And if you kind of don't know what you're doing, you try and drive a lot of that force to the side, you kind of have like a spiral fracture through your forearm.
Yeah. Sorry.
Liz, when she arm wrestled in Australia, which you'll see very, very soon, was pretty much the same. And the arm wrestlers there were like, really, like, this girl's crazy. And it's one of the reasons why really arm wrestling should not be in a strongman competition, because
and hasn't been since.
Yeah, it's very dangerous when you don't know what you're doing.
Yes,
you know, there's high risk injury when you know what you're doing.
I didn't injure myself, guys, so don't worry, not strong enough.
Yeah, if you've got that much force and you're pushing sideways, it puts a lot of strain onto the forearm, ulna, and radius.
There you go. If Jiminy Crickets, if World's Strongest Man doesn't have Loz locked down in commentary, I'm not sure the person over personnel is awake. There you go.
Jiminy Crickets knows.
He knows.
He knows.
What's the world record for sausage hold? Whatever Kaz did, I guess.
No, Kaz got put it down.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. If you've never
what
seen the sausage hold,
what did he say about Webster?
You made a big mistake, Webster.
A big mistake.
A real big one.
That's it.
Would I consider someone at 35 too old to start strongman? Hell no. Mark Felix started at 37. That's always the answer. I mean, Mark Felix is a bad example because he's a freak of nature. But with strongman now, there's so many, options. You've got over 40s, you've got over 50s, you've got novice competitions, you've got different weight classes. Think of it like playing Sunday league football. You don't have to be a pro. I think some people think of strongman, I think I've got to be the best. If you enjoy it, go and do it. You know, I'm a former pro that's just doing it because I enjoy it now. And I think a lot of people lose the enjoyment. They focus too much solely on the winning and stop enjoying just the process and enjoying that development. They do too many crazy things and just lose the love. Focus on enjoying it first, then it's so much easier to make progress. And who knows how good you can be. You know, 35 by 40, you could be competing at the World Masters and one of the best. We've seen a lot of people start late that get good in sports.
What is Loz and Liz's favourite and least favourite airline company? I find EVA very commodious on long trips to Asia. Well,
I've not been on EVA.
No, I've not been on EVA. My least favourite is probably TUI. After a bad experience when we went, it was a package holiday, so there was no real option except if we wanted to spend tons more extra for a different airline. But TUI are crap, aren't they? They're like for a 6 or we ended up being on the plane for 7 hours and you don't get a meal included in that time and there's no entertainment either. I think that's pretty poor. Good airlines, I like Emirates.
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
and New Zealand
like,
are good.
Yeah, and New
really
Zealand. Good. Oh, Royal Jordan Air, when we flew with them, were very nice.
nice.
To be fair, though, like ones that we regularly book, United and Virgin are just solid airlines, I think. We don't have any problems with them. Their premium seats are comfy. I've joined like all the points programs, so I can gradually build up my points and we'll have the occasional upper class experience, Lozzie, that we deserve. One day, dear. Points mean prizes. Okay, where are we?
Can't wait to see a new world record for the sausage hold.
Thank you for the super chat.
I want to see Liz do the sausage hold.
I was about to say something that would go.
I realised what I said then, and I was like, "What the hell are you saying?"
You disgusting man. Honestly, see what I have to put up with, guys. I bet you would. We'll do it in Waitrose. At the deli.
It's been a long few weeks.
Please give me your biggest sausage.
Sanderson is the most Swedish person ever.
Yes,
I've ever
he
seen.
Is. He's very Swedish. I really hope we can go to Sweden at some point and visit him on the farm.
Yeah. He
said we're welcome anytime, and I hold people to those sorts of things. I'll turn up like, you did say, and you'd be like, what the fuck? This is crazy what we're doing here. How did she even find it? Oh dear. Anyway.
What you got?
Lars and Terry are so good at presenting and commentating, which is remarkable considering they've had no media training.
Thank you very much.
He just gets Liz training.
Just criticism from my wife constantly.
It's not criticism, dear. It's help. Feedback. A review. So how old was Odd Haugen?
56.
No, he was 57 years and something.
Was he?
Yeah. But he was more days old than Mark Felix was last year, who was also 57 at last year's World Sugar Slam. No, he's 57.
No, he's 56.
Check it. I swear he's 57. And in April, he'll be 58.
No?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, ignore me. I'm aging him. I remember his 50th birthday because we were at Worlds when it happened. I think we were in Malaysia. How many years ago was that? Quick, think. 8 years ago. It was 8 years ago, 2015. He's 57.
He's not.
Hi guys, thank you for the super chat. Our T76. Any idea if Giants Live are planning to do a back catalogue of full comps on YouTube like World's Strongest Man do, or is there a TV rights issue? So with the actual stream stuff, they could. They cannot put the Channel 5 production on there because that then belongs to Channel 5 because they buy the rights for that. But the actual official Strongman stream stuff, they could. They do sometimes, like not that long ago. He's 56. Damn, man. let's just move on very quickly. They do.
You were wrong.
See the smug face I put up with?
You were wrong.
It's not often it happens, which is always so happy. But yeah, they do occasionally put a full competition out. They put the 2016 Europes after much demand, didn't they? Nothing would ever go out before it's aired on TV, though. I'm sure there's something in the contract that says they can't do that. But yeah, I mean, just ask them if you're on the comments all asking for the same sort of thing. They do read the comments. They do,
tell the videographer from
speak to the videographer, Joe Schofield. Oh, poor Joe. Everyone's saying 56 now. Shut up.
Yeah, you were wrong. Everyone tell Liz she was wrong.
No, don't. Be nice. Liz doing the sausage hold. That's a different channel. Yes, it is. It's a different platform completely.
Who has the largest sausage in Wall Street?
I do not want to know. Keep their sausages themselves. Oh dear.
Thoughts on a Jason Bergman talking strongman? He was great. Do you remember Jason?
Hold on. I've clicked away from it. No, I don't.
Yeah, Jason Bergman was a very good American strongman. Smaller athlete, but yeah, he was impressive.
The name rings a bell, but I can't picture him.
Competed with him a few times. He was a good athlete.
What do you guys think of Brian Shaw's last World's Strongest Man?
We did a whole video on this.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. I think he's going to be focused. I think the events are good for him, and he's a great strongman. So I think his best chance was 2 years ago when he came second, if I'm totally honest. But anything can happen.
Who knows?
Brian Shaw is still a legitimate top 5 guy in the world, top contender at any comp that he goes to.
In his prime, these would have been perfect events as well. Like he is, one of the best ever at fingers. That's a great event for him. His deadlift's down now on what it used to be. What's the max dumbbell? Oh my goodness,
he's good at dumbbell.
He's great at dumbbell. I'm so excited for that dumbbell. Atlas Stones is a great event for him. Truck pulling, especially if it's really heavy, would be great for him.
Great events for him. He's genuinely got a chance. Yeah. There's no question about that.
There we go. Excuse me, Brian. Thank you so much for the super chat. First time in a long time. Love you both. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
We love you too.
We love all you guys.
We love all you guys.
Especially anyone keep telling Liz that she was wrong about Mark Felix. I'll love you even more.
So horrible to me.
It's just I don't get the chance that often to prove you wrong. So,
Lars, what sort of music do you listen to in the gym to inspire you? The Greatest Showman.
Yeah. Honestly, it depends on my mood. I like all sorts of music, from classic rock to musicals to dance music. It just depends. We boogie to most things, don't we?
Yeah, we have.
I'm not one of these like heavy thrash metal kind of just noise, but I like most stuff.
Do you know, Michael French, this is something I've said in numerous lives. You skip past my member chat. Do you know what? This is the one terrible thing about StreamYard, which is otherwise perfect. We don't see members chats on through StreamYard. We see every comment, but it doesn't highlight because once at milestones they get a special chat which acts like a super chat, and it should be highlighted in the same way, but it doesn't. I know, but what can I do, man? Because the actual going live on YouTube is a horrible experience.
Michael, send your comment again and I will look out for it.
Yes, there you go. But thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry that you did that.
But yeah, I will look out for Michael's name.
Yeah. Brian's World's Strongest Man silver at age 39 was insane. Only a prime Tom Stoltman beat him. Yeah, it was crazy.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah. And like the oldest winner we've had at Worlds was Zydrunas at 38. So Brian would break a lot of records if it would also be by far the longest gap between World's Strongest Man wins, wouldn't it? Because the longest gap right now is 2 years. Magnus
Crazy, isn't it?
92 and 93, he didn't win. He won in 91, 94.
Yeah. So how about this for a head-to-head?
Okay. Thank you, John, for the super chat. Looking forward to seeing Matesh Novikov and the max dumbbell. Yes. Oh, they'll both get to the final. Come on. Hopefully.
They both got to get to Worlds first.
I know. Oh, right. God, Mr. Pessimistic.
I'm not being pessimistic, but it's just the Arnold is a brutal comp. then we've got Europe's as well before Worlds. There's there's all these little risks, but
well, look, it's a good live stream when there's a sex bot in the chat. Block user, there we go. Nick, better late than never. There we are. Okay, so we're waiting on the comment now from Tom.
Tom.
Was it Tom? Michael. Oh God! See, this is
the
this is where things go wrong. I can't even remember.
What's this? Oh, here we go. Bronze chopped.
Those final events are insane for Singleton. I know. Wow, Evan just needs to get through to the damn final.
He just needs to get there in one piece first.
Yeah, you're thinking about the events now, aren't you? Carry for distance, max dumbbell, deadlift. What's the overhead? Oh, the max dumbbell, obviously. Shield carry, stones.
Yeah, they're good, solid events for him.
Oh, wow. Vehicle pull, sorry.
Michael French. Here we go. When are we getting the Talking Strongman with Loz, or do you think we've forgotten?
Ah, damn it, Michael. I got dust off the beard. It's been on top of the fridge for years. Damn thing. I feel, do you know what though? I feel like Mitch Hooper kind of
if you want to see a good interview with me, go and watch Mitch Hooper's interview. That was a really good one because he delved into different types of questions.
That was what I was going to
very personal. And I enjoyed and really opened up talking to Mitch. So if you check
probably wouldn't open up to me that much.
With me and Liz, it would just be annoying banter and insults. Yeah. But if you haven't seen it, it is a good interview, the one with Mitch. Go check out Mitch Hooper's channel for that.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Loz, do you eat something sweet before a heavy lift session like honey?
I tend to have like some bagels and some jam on them, or
a Rice Krispie
bar, something like that, just for some quick energy. Yeah, that's kind of my go-to.
Is there any chance you'll be at the Shaw Classic this year? Thanks for the super chat.
I don't think so, to be quite honest. Brian hasn't spoken to us, and we've got so many other things on that it needs to be worthwhile for us to go. So if he's got other people working there, which is absolutely cool, then there's just no need for us to go.
No, it's just justifying the time away from the family, the cost and everything. It's a lot, isn't it? It is. When we already travel so much.
Yeah.
What did you both think of Australia? I unfortunately didn't get to see you guys out here.
We absolutely loved it. And we would love to have more time there.
I would love to move there every winter, to be honest. Stay for a few months while it's miserable here.
It was, I mean, we kind of found it like a bit of a cross between the UK and America.
Yeah,
and, you know, I really liked it. We had a great time. Would love to explore more of Australia. We went a lot of places in the time.
We did a fair amount, considering,
fair bit of variety in the type of places that we went to.
Yeah. I didn't know like inland, more rural Australia was like the Wild West. It's so cool. All the buildings and everything. It looks old, doesn't it? It's so cool. And the people, they feel quite British, the humor and the swearing. So it all felt quite familiar. It was really, really nice.
Yeah. Nicola is going to the Shaw Classic this year.
Nicola, I'm
sure you'll have an amazing time. It's from speaking to the athletes, it is a great show. So I'm sure you'll absolutely love it.
There you go. Right. Sarah's going to have to love and leave us. I think we're all going to have to go. Oh, quickly answer this last one, Lazo. Did you get your ice cream cake?
I did get my ice cream cake. Yes. Yeah. Homemade one.
Homemade one. Yes, a homemade, not by
Auntie Liz. My mum made it.
Oh, look, Brian hates Liz. Yes, let's flip the tables. Treachery. Poor Brian.
Right, yeah. Guys, I hope you've had a great weekend. We hope you have an amazing week. As always, thank you for joining us. It's, like we said, it's been a busy few weeks for us. And this is the first live we've done in a while, isn't it?
Yeah, since the beginning of January.
Hopefully we'll do a few more over the next few weeks. We've actually got a good stint of 4 weeks being home.
Yes, we have.
Which is good for me because I can get focused with my nutrition. I can get focused with my training.
Yes.
Get a good stint of that because I'm really bad with my nutrition when I travel.
You are. You're like exceptionally bad. Everything goes out the window.
I'm like, I go with the intention of trying to be good, and then I have something bad, and it's just like, nah, I'll start tomorrow.
Well, I'll start when I get home.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm on it from tomorrow. got nutritional plan to focus on, trainings plan to focus on, and I'm looking forward to training for some of these comps that I've got coming up.
Good boy.
I am going to be.
Okay, wish you luck,
I need
guys.
to be good.
Living with me. Right, go get the sausage. Bye, guys. Have a great evening and take care.
Take care, guys.
See you
Thank you.
soon.
Cheers.
Bye. Smile away.